It has been 1 full week since I've picked up this camera. It is Saturday, August 1st. I had a really rough week last week, and then I decided that I was going to take all of this week off of filming at all because I wanted to start going and finding somebody who could kind of explain to me what's going on with my health. So I have some appointments coming up next week. This is going to be a long holiday weekend, and I figured that I would start a new vlog now. I decided that I was going to try and start adjusting my eating habits with cutting out different foods and different things that were recommended based on my symptoms. And unfortunately, I can't get the test done until Tuesday, so it's currently Saturday, so I have to wait a couple of days, but I do have a physical therapy appointment. In Canada, they call it physiotherapy. I think it's just the same thing, and I'm gonna see if they can help figure out why I'm having all this like lower back and side pain on a daily basis. It's kind of radiating all around, because if I'm getting all these medical tests done and they're all coming back negative, maybe it's just more superficial in my muscles and I'm having just like nerve pain and other things like a trigger point. I don't really know, but I went shopping at H&M yesterday and pick up 2 things. They don't have fitting rooms open, which is probably safe because of COVID, but I bought 2 shirts and they have like a try it and then return it if it doesn't work policy. This is one of the shirts. I haven't decided if I'm keeping this one yet because it's very sheer, but it does fit me pretty well and it's white, so it's kind of nice. So here's outfit 1. I have gift cards still from Tommy's mom, which is why I went shopping at all, because I don't really go out and spend a bunch of money that I don't need to spend for things that I don't need to. So this is just something that I spent part of one of the gift cards she gave me for. And then the other outfit is this one, and it did not disappoint. This is the first time I've actually put it on, like I said, because the fitting rooms weren't open and I got them yesterday, so I didn't put any of these outfits on yet. But this shirt is really cute. It's a really nice bodysuit. I like the buttons down it. I like the color. It's like a rust. I got it in a size small because it is very stretchy, and I could tell when I was in the store that it was gonna fit me better if it were a small. The big the medium looked like it was just gonna be too loose around the sides. So yeah, we have this really cute tank top bodysuit, and I don't really own anything in this color, so I'm pretty pleased with how these turned out. I'm gonna decide what to do with that white one. I'm gonna show Tommy when he gets back while I'm wearing it to see if he has any different ideas about it, because I really just don't know, but we're gonna figure it out. I need to try and find something to eat because, like I said, I've been cutting different things out of my diet. I cut dairy out, which I never wanted to be the kind of person to cut dairy or gluten out of my diet, but given that there is no other explanation for why I feel like garbage 90% of the time, I think that that could be a pretty good explanation. I'm hopeful, but I also don't have that allergy test until Tuesday, so I won't really know for sure probably until late next week, but we'll see. I've spent the last week just kind of rewatching seasons of The 100 that I really enjoyed. I rewatched season 4 and season 5. I really enjoy that season. I think I would call it my favorite, but I haven't rewatched all of them to remember if that's actually my favorite season, so I think I do like season. I'm so tired now that I've actually started talking. Holy shit. Anyway, The 100 season 5 is really good. I really enjoyed it. It's also been really nice, like post-thesis, to not have like a million tabs open. I do right now because I've been looking at different things, but I only have one window and I have no Word documents, no PowerPoints, no PDFs. It's just so relaxing. And the term ended, and I officially have everything in, but I'm still waiting for all of the letters and stuff that I need to apply for work permits. So right now, fortunately, I am off work for the next 2 weeks, and I actually signed a contract to be on full-time starting on, hopefully, fingers crossed, the 17th, if my school gets everything to me so I can apply for my permits before the 17th, but we'll see how that works. I only can do so much on my own. Oh, so hockey's also started since this has started. I watched our exhibition game. Monday we actually have our first actual game against Tampa, so that'll be really fun to watch. I'm really excited about that. I'm just excited to sit and chill and do nothing for the next 17 days. Hello vlog, I am currently going to my PT appointment. I have never been to this office before, so I kind of have to find it, but it's a beautiful morning. It's like 7:30 a.m. walking down Burrard, and hopefully this is a helpful appointment because I was in pain a lot yesterday, but we'll see. I am back from from the appointment. This is funny. A piece of hair got caught. I'm back from my appointment. I went to, in Canada they call it like physiotherapy. It's basically just a PT, but my bag is so tight. But basically what she did was she gave me like a nice little like deep tissue press where she tried to release the giant knot trigger point pain that I have in my left side, and she definitely was hitting on it because she was pressing and it was like the muscles were shaking because they were trying to like not relax, and I think we made some progress there. I don't have any limited like range of motion when it comes to the rest of my legs and my torso and my side, so she was like, this looks good. The scariest thing though is when I started describing my symptoms before the massage, she's like, do you know what endometriosis is? And I was like, no, I don't want that. But she did give me a great OB doctor that I could go to try and figure, like, and get some tests done to see if that is what I have. So it'd be great if we could roll that out. So we're all coming up aces today. It's looking good. The appointment was an hour. It went great, and I came back because I have gift cards from when my aunt stayed with us back in September. Got some Starbucks.
Nice.
Just had an abdominal ultrasound done. Now I'm getting a pelvic ultrasound done. Hello. I had some health related updates that I wanted to share. Basically over the last 2 days, yesterday and today included, I've spent 6 to 7 hours in the emergency room. I had a couple of tests done last night that I already knew were going to be normal. But basically what happened was I went climbing and then I started getting really bad pain in my side again, in my back. So I went back to the ER literally right after we climbed. So that must have just kind of triggered some kind of pain. I don't really know what happened. It just kind of came out of nowhere. It was incredibly painful and I couldn't really function. They basically ran the exact same test they ran last week when I was there on Saturday. Everything came back normal. Everything was negative. No issues with any of my organs as per usual. They did order a ultrasound, like a pelvic and abdominal ultrasound, because I was having like that kind of pain, and they were like, wait, we should just check all this. You're a woman, like let's just get a look at this. I couldn't do that last night because they didn't have anybody in to do that test. I had an appointment for this morning, went back to the ER, 9:30 a.m. I basically got there at the perfect time because they called down right when I actually arrived at the ER. So then 30 minutes later she showed up, and then I got everything done. Waited like 3.5 hours to get the actual results, which were all also normal. So all of my organs are fine according to the ultrasound that I got. She laughed at me a couple of times because when you're doing an ultrasound for your abdomen, you actually have to hold your breath some of the times and like fill your lungs to get like the best picture, I guess, of different organs. And she's like, you're really good at this. And I was like, well, swimmer. And I also had, like I said, a pelvic ultrasound done. And for me, normally, because my ovaries are really difficult to see, they have to do an internal ultrasound, which like, it's what it sounds like. They shove it up you and they just look at your ovaries inside, just everything to make sure. I've had a history of having cysts before, so last year when I got my CT scan, they actually did find a cyst on one of my ovaries. It wasn't on the left side, it was on the right, but it like took care of itself and it's fine. Basically the next step I have, since it still does hurt even like as we're speaking, I may be needing to approach this from more of a, maybe I'm like injured. Like I either like tore a muscle or I like improperly healed from something back when I was an athlete, and then started climbing and didn't have the right muscles to kind of adjust to this whole different, more like active in a different way on land, and different like stretches and strains and different things. I had a lot of issues last year when I pulled intercostal muscles, and I think that this could possibly be related. I don't know. And it was such a weird day because it started off really good with the physio visit and with all of those, like, I felt better. I came back, I took a nap, I climbed. I felt fabulous the entire time we were climbing after I started. Like, it just, like, I wasn't in pain. And then I sat down in their car to be driven home, and I was like, wow, I feel like I'm dying. And it was so painful. So I'm gonna like ice it and just kind of hang out and relax for now and hope that it doesn't start flaring up again. I'm glad that the ultrasound came back, and I'm kind of just gonna approach this with a like, okay, well, now you have evidence that your organs are fine. Now maybe you just have a superficial muscle strain, tear problem, something like that from all of the workout stuff you've been doing. So we'll see, and I will update with any other information I have, but right now I'm gonna go watch hockey. I laugh because we now have 4 laptops in this house. We each have a dark black / gray one, and we each have a silver one. Work one, personal one, Tommy's gaming one, Tommy's other one. I am very excited for this. Very excited. Another day, another blood test. I'm going to the office right now to see if they have time. If not, I'll just make an appointment, but I'm going back to the lab to get the food sensitivity tests done. So it's a few hours later. I'm home now. Everything went well. There was some confusion at the office, but we figured it out. There were 3 tests ordered, and 2 of them are not being done right now because it's COVID. So I had a gluten intolerance and like celiac test. I had a lactose intolerance test, and then I think it's called H. pylori or something, with like that looks at like bacteria in your stomach, either through a like blood test or a stool test. And they weren't doing lactose intolerance or the H. pylori. I may be saying that wrong, but those 2 weren't being done. And my understanding was that it was ordered wrong, but it was actually because those weren't tests that they were actually doing right now anywhere at all because of COVID. Oh no, oh sorry, I've been watching hockey all day, just different games. We're not playing today, but I just watched Blue Jackets and Toronto game, and now I'm watching the Flames and the Jets because 2 of our friends who live here are Flames fans. When I got blood tests done from the specific place, there was a website that I could retrieve the results from, but I never got that code this time around. So maybe if I already created the account last time, it still exists and all of it just goes into my file of some kind. I don't know, I haven't had to do that yet, but basically it's nice that all that's there supposedly, and they're just like, oh, it's online, and I don't know what that means, but I'll figure it out. And then I basically spent the last couple of hours watching hockey and talking to Allison because she and I hadn't caught up since I started doing like negotiations for my contract at work, and hadn't talked since all of the ER stuff's happened. She's also moved recently, so we just had a lot of stuff to catch up about, and it was really nice because we don't get a chance to like chat a lot of the time because we're on different time zones. We're both really busy, so it was just nice that we got to catch up for a bit because we got a lot going on in our lives right now. So that was good.